Hi, my people. Welcome back to 100 Days of Data with Miss Mailiana. Today is day 13. All right, so today we are going to look at various charts which comes together to form a dashboard, right? So today we are going to go through some um, examples of dashboard with the colors and all that. And the coming days we are going to start to create our own with the data sets we have, right? So we're going to create pivot tables, then we use the pivot tables to create a chart and bring the charts together to create a dashboard in Excel. So for today is more of like just rehearsals or seeing what it's all about. When we say we are creating a dashboard, it's all about why it's very important for you to arrange your chart so that it's easier to look at, it's easier to understand, it's easier to just go about it. So the files I have, or the templates I have, are all scattered, and we are going to look at it and see why, like, and see it and know that okay, this is the whole show behind you creating a dashboard. Okay, so let's get into the video. Do I need to take that again? Okay, let's just do that. All right, so this is our very first template we are looking at. And from here, you can see some pie charts going on here. So that is what tax status, tax priority. Then we have the budget. So actual budget and then the planned budget. So when you look at this, you see the actual budget and you realize that, oh, okay, this is what we spent and this was the plan. So we have excess, right? The chart makes you see that as well. And we also have this is more of like a bar chart, right? And we have this as well, which is a column chart, and it's talking about decisions that were made, actions that were done, and change requests, right? Things that are going to be changed. So these are charts. When they all come together, it forms a dashboard. So for this template, the person says that we have arranged the chart according to how it's supposed to be presented, right? But you can see that with me reading it, if I don't read it out for you, you wouldn't know what is going on here. So the major reason why you have to take your dashboard creation seriously is that so that when someone takes your dashboard, they don't need you to be there to start reading out, right? So when you see this pie chart, you see high, medium, low, right? So that's the high tax what? This is tax priority. So we have four high tax, we have four medium tax, and we have another four low tax, right? So the zero here is confusing. So in when you are editing, you would have to remove the zero so that it won't confuse anybody as well. Same as tax status, not started yet is 2, and in progress is 3, completed 4, overdue is 3, on hold is 0. So the on hold is not showing. So why don't you just take it off, right? That is it. And we come here to, you see another table. So this template is not really arranged to be easy to understand. You have to just be going through it to understand. But the whole point of a dashboard is that you use your data set to get your insight onto one sheet so that the sheet will show what is going on, what the analysis you did. All right, so today we are looking at how it's done, right? So this is all about tax priorities, and you can now see the people who are supposed to do the tax, right? So from there, it's loading, it takes a while. From there, pie chart we saw earlier, it's loading, right? You now can see the people who are overdue, completed, and all that, and then you tackle them, right? So this is more a dashboard that can be sent to a manager to see those who are doing well and those who are not doing well. You see the budget. Later we saw the budget was what the actual was lower than the plan, so now we have what 30,000 excess as well. And then the tax status is also here. So this is more about what you bringing the numbers to the chart. Okay, all right, so you can actually arrange your dashboard to look very presentable than this. I think you've seen a lot online, and even if you check, you see some. So these are blank ones that you can replicate and use. Do you understand? So this is another one you can replicate and use. If you are in our community and you request for this, we could share it with you, but it's not going to be linked in the description. All right, so join our WhatsApp platform as well. All right, so deleted, these are also priorities and all that. So let's look at um another dashboard, which is this. All right, so this dashboard also talks about what budget. All right, so you can see the materials and material cost, labor cost, fixed cost, and overhead. Right, so this is talking about budget and all that as well. All right, and you have your material cost, your labor cost, and your fixed cost as well. So if you realize, when it comes to pie chart, you shouldn't have so much information on the pie chart. What I mean is the category shouldn't be more than four. All right, the category shouldn't be more than four. Just by the way, it's light out. The category shouldn't be more than four, right? So you can, so that it's easier for you to see it well. So let me zoom in a bit and you can see it very well. All right, so fixed cost, overhead, and then now you can add your numbers. Sorry. You can add your numbers so that now when someone sees the chart and later sees the numbers, they now understand it more. All right, but sometimes you can actually put the numbers in another sheet in Excel and put your chart in another sheet so that you can arrange your charts well, and then the numbers won't confuse people, because you know that not everybody likes numbers. So when they start seeing numbers, they may close their mind to read more. But if they see the chart and everything and they want to see the numbers, then they go into the sheet that has the numbers. All right, so that is basically it as well. All right, so let's look at the next final dashboard that I want to talk about. All right, so this is another dashboard, which is what. So at this point, you can see a dashboard is a collection of major charts in your analysis. Okay, dashboard is a collection of major charts in your analysis. You arrange them nicely and have a nice weight around it. For this one, it's not really nice. I'll be honest, right? It's just all over the place, but it's talking to you directly, right? So for something like this, the reason why I'm sharing this templates like this is for you to see and value it. Value when we create a dashboard in the challenge, and it's more simple for you to understand. You understand why it's very important for you to make your dashboard simple to understand. I hope I'm like, that was a mouthful. All right, so for this pie chart, which is more of like a 3D pie chart, we can't see the numbers, okay, but we can't see the numbers. We know that, okay, this is the largest, but what is it, right? Unless you put your cursor on it before you can see the values. So it's saying $1.7 million, right, which is 30%. When you bring to um which one, okay, this mountain, right, the mountain also has, you have to bring your cursor on it before you see the percentage. At least the percentage should be seen, right? So something like this, if I was to mark this template, I'll be like, why didn't you put the percentage onto the chart? It's easier to see like that, right? For this, I think you can see the values, right? So if I'm marking this, I'll be like, why don't you just take off this information here, the vertical axis, this is the y or vertical axis, take it off, because we are not going to be reading this. We already have the values at the points. You see the 1.1, 1.2, the values are already there, so there's no need for this. The important thing is this information, right? So that we know product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, and then we have the values on the chart already, so we can take this off and to give more room. Do you get? As well, then now we come to the statistics, which is more of like the numbers and all that. I would also say put your numbers on a different sheet, so that your dashboard sheet will just have your dashboard, so that nobody, unless it's requested that you put your data on the data sheet, right? So this one is more like you creating a pivot table and gathering the pivot table to arrange it this way. We'll get into a little bit of each of them in the coming days as well. All right. So that is it, and then we have that as well. So we've looked at three dashboards. It's taking a while to it's taking a while to load, right? All right, we've gone through three dashboards. All right, we've gone through three dashboard. Was the first one, which was about tax, right? Tax that is done in an organization. You get to see the higher, low, and medium, as well decisions taken and all that. Then we got to see the budget for maybe building something, materials, labor, overhead, and all that. Then we looked at products, right, and the sales as well. So these are types of dashboards and how it comes together. So in summary, a dashboard is actually a collection of sheets, and you can use Excel to do it. And so in the coming in I think tomorrow we are going to actually take our clean data that we are cleaning from previous days, and we create pivot tables out of that and use the pivot table to create a dashboard. Right, I look forward to it, and I also hope that you learn a lot. Right, so at this point I want you to understand why it's important for you to design your dashboard for people to can see. In fact, the current one we are looking at, product statistics, it is going to be difficult for me to know the exact amount if I don't bring my Keza and I'm looking at it like this. How would I know the amount of the one east, this particular one? How would I know unless I bring my Keza? So I can't read it, right? So instead of this clustered information, though it will make your chart look nice, right? But also make sure that it is readable. People can see what they are like, what you want to tell them. All right. So I would rather break this into, right, it's saying 2028, right? That's prediction, right? So it's talking about, it's a lot of information on one chart, so you can break it so that it'll be simpler to understand. So always go for simplicity and easy reading, simplicity and easy reading. And when you are using colors, to try to use neutral colors and colors from one particular category. What I mean is that when you go to your fill, right, and you are taking blue, you can use all these blues, okay? Right, you can just say, okay, the lighter counts, the deeper counts. It's talking. So when we see light, we know what light means. When we see deep, we know what deep means. So that all colors will be in one category. It won't be mixed up like which one, this one, right? So for this one, we see green, we see orange, we see blue. Though it's not that bad, putting it in one category would have been okay. So let me show you what I mean by putting it in one category. This is a chart that we are creating in, right, so one category. So these are greens and whites and all that we are coming up with. It's in my live session class, so if you want to learn all this, you have to join my live session class. But yes, so you can see that we are designing our dashboards. So let me zoom in a bit. We are designing our dashboard and to be easy to read. We just took specific data and place it in there, and then we'll fill up our chart so that will be easier to read. It will be better to read it in this format, right? You see my numbers here, than to have a lot going on. Having a lot going on becomes a lot, right? All right, I hope you learned one or two things from understanding why you need your dashboard to be simple and straightforward. All right, let's see you in day 14. All right, so we've come to the end of day 13. My light is off, it's light out as an hour whilst I was recording. So, pardon me, these are some of the challenges we faced during the challenge. All right, so day 13 was all about we understanding the purpose of a dashboard and why a dashboard, what a dashboard is, and why a dashboard is needed. So, I took you through using various charts in different sectors or different data sets, and then I showed you what my class we are creating, something simple, nice, with one particular color in different formats, and that is it. A dashboard is supposed to be simple. A dashboard is supposed to go talk straightforward to the whatever you are bringing out. And when you have data that you want to show with your dashboard, I advise you keep it in one particular sheet, and then your dashboard will be in one particular sheet so that it's easier to talk about, so that it's easier to just put it in like it's easier for people to just look at it and understand, right? You don't need to be there to talk plenty. You just speak and then they understand. Do you understand? Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for staying with us. It's day 13 already. We have about 87 days more to go. From the for day 14, we are going to be looking at how to create pivot tables, what is pivot tables and all that. And we use the pivot tables to create charts in day 15 and we keep going. At the end, you will understand the importance of charts, the importance of dashboard, and what it all comes out to do, and all this in Excel. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that Miss Mailiana has dropped another video and she would like you to join the challenge. All right, let's keep learning, let's keep building together. All right, bye. All right, bye for now. See you on day 14.